Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Turin here, and today, guys, I'm here with another Total War Warhammer live BattleCast. In this matchup, I'm going to play the Dwarves against the Empire. So, if you want to go with High King Thorgrim, part of me wants to kind of go with Big Papa Grom. I haven't used him in so long, but again, I think Thorgrim is like a strictly better pick against the Empire, but still, we're going to go with him. And let's see, do we want to get the Rune Helm of Zufbar? So, when his hit points are greater than 50%, it is disabled. So, again, when he gets pretty low, but the effect range is so like short too. It's only 40 meters. I don't think that's worth it. So, we're not going to get it for now. On top of that, we're going to get two Runesmiths here. We're going to have a little bit of fun and kind of mix it up. So, we're going to get one that's kind of stripped down, and the other one can have a relatively full kit. We're also going to get a Master Engineer and see how that works out. So, ballistics we'll get rid of, the calibration. Entrenchment's actually not bad. And let's see, what else do we want to get? Do we want to get the Banner of the Lost Hold? Oh, it's so expensive though. Just like looking at this like army already, it's kind of hurting me a little bit, guys. So we're going to get some armor-piercing dudes in the front line, just in case he brings like great swords or something like that. He might bring like halberds, but still, you know, I want to be able to go like at least almost tit for tat with the great swords. So on top of that, we're all going to get the Goblobber, which is pretty much a staple. It can like essentially decimate a group of great swords before they get to you. We're going to get two Thunders in the front line, and what else do we want to get? I feel like we just went so expensive with this Master Engineer, but I don't want to disappoint you guys. I said I was going to get it, and I want to do it. So let's see. So we kind of have a bit of a Napoleonic thing going on here. Do we want to get another cannon? I feel like that's like a huge liability. Maybe we get some miners in the back line. So miners as fodder isn't bad against like Empire. They can like kind of obstruct cavalry and not like destroy them, but they should do okay for themselves. So, do we want to get the Iron Breakers? That could be so much fun. Man, choices, guys. I feel like I want to get another cannon actually, just to kind of like force him to me. Yeah, because Big Papa Grom is pretty good like from a defensive perspective as well. So let's get another group of miners. And man, our front line is pretty thin, guys. It's pretty thin because we have this like super expensive runesmith here. So part of me wants to like hit him down, but you know what, guys, we're gonna try and make this work. It's a little bit sloppy, but oh, man, we're gonna need to get so much value. But this is an open field map, so I'm hoping that our cannon and our Goblobber can like somewhat even the tide of the battle before things get rolling. But I don't know how the Master Engineer is going to work. So entrenchment gives pretty big physical resist. So if he's trying to like snipe someone out, you can use it, but it does make them unable to move, which is pretty frustrating. So I don't know how it is from like. Sometimes I feel like you could use it in your front line. So if you have like some frontline troops fighting, you can use it on them and give them the physical resist. I kind of just want to experiment. And of course, he is another, armor-piercing missile unit that can do pretty well against like flying lords. And he's pretty strong in melee as well. So, and with the Banner of the Lost Hold to give that damage, I'm going to try and maybe put him in the front line or even with the miners in the back, and we'll see how it goes here. So, okay, so we got this nice little open field map. So let's go ahead and set up this Goblobber here. Yeah, the one thing I'm kind of missing right now is Slayers. But again, I went up with a pretty like narrow army. Guys, just a disclaimer, I wouldn't try this build, if you're really trying to, go competitive, I guess I would say. But, it might work out. We're going to give it a try, and maybe we'll discover something new. But Big Papa Gromby can be back here, and we want the kitted out Runesmith to be in the front. He's going to be, providing all those buffs, and also we do want this Master Engineer. So he does have the Banner of the Lost Hold, and it hits a pretty small radius, but 12% weapon damage is nothing to sneeze at. So we're going to put him here, and then we still have quite a few troops left. So let's get this one Runesmith back here, and we want to get the miners in auxiliary. So the miners are seriously just going to be like taking cap charges like all day. They're going to love it, I'm sure. So we'll go ahead and put them like this. And okay, so a bit of a strange formation, but it should hold, I'm hoping. We'll put Gromby here, we'll put this guy in group 3, group 4, and let's go ahead and start it up. So this army's pretty small. Mine's small too, because again, I got double cannons, I got like an elite front line for the most part, and the Master Engineer, I'm pretty excited. So entrenchment gives armor-piercing missile damage, so we can use that to a cannon too, which could be pretty good. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get the Goblobber kind of chucking in here on some of these great swords, and we want these guys to be shooting at Demogryph Knights. So the cannon, which side is it on? It's on this side. So unfortunately, it's going to potentially get a little bit of crossfire, but we'll start shooting at those Demogryph Knights, and hopefully it'll work out for us. So good. We're going to force him to us. So it looks like mostly just great swords and Sigmar Sons, and he also does have the Hammer of the Witches, which is pretty strong. We'll keep Gromby in the back. We're going to use Flash Bomb to kind of trap these guys down, and you can see our cannons turning into shoot, which is going to be pretty nice here. So we're going to pull this guy over here to just shoot at these Demogryph Knights if they decide to come in here, and we do have the miners to obviously take the charge. It's not an ideal situation, but it should do okay for us. So he does have a Lure of Life Wizard, but we are trading fire, which is a little bit unfortunate. The Hammer of the Witches being a pretty elite piece of work over there. So thankfully we are hitting the demis, which is great. So good start to the battle. Hopefully he keeps marching on me and I don't have to move. But oh man, look at that damage on those Demogryph Knights. That was really solid. So let's go ahead and get those miners here. We'll get these guys kind of facing back here, and Grombrindle can kind of lurk in the middle somewhere. So good. So my opponent's advancing. We should be able to get some free fire here in just a moment with our Thunders. And can we reach these guys? Let's see how we're doing on range here. So it looks like he's a pretty far ways away. So let's get these guys like so. And good. So we're doing some good damage to these guys here. We probably want to switch and start hitting another group. And what are these over here? Those are Sigmar Sons. So we're getting some fire with our Thunders, which is solid. These Demogryph Knights have taken pretty massive casualties already, so that's a great situation all around. So yeah, he's coming around trying to skirt in here, trying to find an opening, but man, we might honestly be able to, put these guys down relatively quickly here. So he does have the Sterling's Revenge, so we're going to start shooting at those guys, and those greatswords are taking a beating. So let's go ahead and run these guys over here, and I could have sworn I saw some cav over here as well. So we get a little good fire over here, but the Sterling's Revenge will do pretty well against us, to say the least. So let's go ahead and get this Master Engineer over here in the pocket, kind of get them ready to party, and yeah, so we can probably line these guys up here on the hill, honestly, and just use these guys to kind of protect them. So yeah, some good fire so far. So we're probably going to need to pull back right now. So we're going to pull back right here. We're going to get this Master Engineer kind of shooting over there. And yeah, we're going to take some armor-piercing fire in retaliation, which is, a little bit unfortunate, but what can you do, guys? So he's going to charge in here with the Demogryph Knights. Not much we can do about that. But yeah, we do have this Master Engineer. So they don't have charge defense, so we might as well countercharge, which isn't going to be pretty, but we're going to try and make it work. So let's turn these guys in here and shoot like so. And we do have these miners in the back line. And oh, he does have some troops up in the hill. What are these? These are the silver bullets. So let's go ahead and get those miners kind of chasing after them and just starting to kind of return fire up here. And definitely did not want to open that. So Grombrindle's in here. Let's go ahead and use the flash bomb ability. So we're going to use that, and it snared them, but it was a little bit slow. So let's go ahead and get the Master Engineer kind of beating on these guys. We'll pull these guys back, and let's get these miners kind of pushing up into them. So we'll pull this other group of auxiliary miners, and hopefully we can push those guys back. So I've been a little bit sloppy with the runes in the front line, so let's go ahead and pop those. And I think I did miss some of my counter charges, but guys, we can't win them all. So Gromby's in here, fighting the General of the Empire, doing some good work, and we do get some miners over there as well. So good. We have another auxiliary group. They're continuing to take cannon fire, and Grombrindle is just laying an absolute beating down on this General of the Empire. So definitely a very good situation for us. Yeah, I was really sloppy with my counter charging in the front line, but it's okay, guys. So the miners are zoning those guys out, but unfortunately he does have some cav over here, so let's go ahead and turn and shoot those guys. And yeah, we're in a little bit of a dicey situation here. He has a lot of stuff, so let's see if we can shoot at these guys up here, pull these miners back here. Let's go ahead and get these guys shooting back here. And if he loses his Lord, though, that's going to be a really, really tough situation. So I'm tempted to use Grombrindle as no fear, but yeah, we get his Lord, which is very, very solid. Let's pull this Master Engineer back here, and we want to cut off these Demogryph Knights. That's going to be really, really essential here. So hopefully we can win in the front line. That's going to be pretty important to get those long grids with great opens in. But he does get in there and kind of gets a good little jump on us. Let's go ahead and start shooting here with some of these missiles. Let's use I don't want to use the entrenchment back there. That probably wouldn't help us out much. So good. So I think in the front line, we're starting to do a little bit better. We're going to pull some of these guys back and pull this Runesmith over here to help Grombrindle and these miners. Let's go ahead and push after the silver bullets there, and these ones can kind of go in there as well. So at least he's taking some fire, which is good. So we're going to try and reform ranks right now, and let's go ahead and use this buff in the front line to kind of keep the Grumbling Guard, give him some physical resist. We do have some runes coming up, so we're going to use Rune of Wrath and Ruin here. And yeah, we're doing pretty good against these greatswords right here, which is pretty solid little situation. So good. Let's go ahead and switch and start shooting at his Lord. And our cannon is offline right now, so we need to get those guys kind of on the business here. And those miners are doing a great job of zoning out the silver bullets, just having a good old time, guys. So we'll start shooting at his General of the Empire here. He is up in the air. It's a pretty good target right now, but man, these Reichsguard here are just having a party. So I feel like we might want to clean those guys out. So let's get these miners in the front line. Grombrindle and the boys are able to clean up the flank, but oh man, I'm taking some huge damage. So we're going to pop Grombrindle as no fear. Definitely screwed up letting Grombrindle get capped like that. So very, very well played by my opponent. I underestimated those guys. So hopefully we can still salvage this situation. That was a pretty big screw up, allowing Gromby to take that damage, but I was able to pop the no fear before he did get caught. So let's see if we can last samurai these guys down a little bit. They're very, very low. And I still do have runesmiths and whatnot, so I think we're in okay shape. So let's go ahead and pop these runes here, see if we can kind of get on him a little bit. And let's get this cannon kind of starting to shoot at his Lord. I feel like we really need to get him. So we do get a Rune of Wrath and Ruin off on these guys. Can we reach him? Yes, we can. Good. And we do have some dudes chasing him. His Lord is in bad shape, so he's about to die. But man, I was so sloppy with that. My opponent really caught me off guard. So let's see if we can keep scurrying Gromby around, kind of get those guys going. And what does he have here? He has a Jade Wizard, so we might be able to focus him really quick. And you can see his Lord actually breaks, because we do have this guy shooting him as well. So that's been a pretty good little situation. Let's get some crossfire going with our Thunders in the back line. And over here we do have some miners and other guys fighting. The balance of power is somewhat heavily in my opponent's favor, believe it or not. So I'm surprised about that. But man, Grombrindle is not in good shape here. But if we can kill this Jade Wizard really quick, I think that could help turn the tide of the battle. Let's get these guys back to their cannon piece. Let's get this Runesmith kind of helping out against these stupid Reichsguard. Man, they're still not broken. So they're putting in some serious work, guys. But I do have a little bit of a Thunder firing line. But man, he does have the silver bullets coming back. So Grombrindle, I'm probably going to turn and run him towards the back of the map now. He's paid his dues, but unfortunately he does die there. So I really wanted to try and finish off that Jade Wizard and make a party of it. So we'll push in here with these guys. We'll go ahead and pop this. Runes of Wrath and Ruin. Does he have some great swords here? I think he does have some relatively healthy group of great swords. Let's run these Runesmiths over here. I'm getting a little bit of fire here. And what is this? This cannon crew should be back online relatively shortly too. And we can start shooting at these silver bullets over here. So the balance of power is starting to tilt a little bit in our favor. And despite some sloppy play, we're still able to kind of stabilize here. I totally forgot about Sterling's Revenge. I thought for a second, I just thought that was free company. But yeah, so we do have this Master Engineer here laying a smackdown. We do have these guys kind of charging as well. And his Lord's going to needs to be a little bit, careful if he comes in here. So, we do have this piece back online too. So let's start shooting over here with the single Goblobber. And this Master Engineer, we want to just cap this guy out of the air before he can get back and, do any work against us. So, unfortunately, he still does have like Sigmar Sons over here. So let's go ahead and intercept those guys and just send this guy after the silver bullets. And yeah, it looks like we were able to break his Lord, which is great. So good situation all around. He does have some troops here. So let's go ahead and kind of reform ranks here with whatever we can. Get our cannons back online firing. And yeah, this is, wow, the Daw we were able to hold. What a proud people. Gromby did not die in vain. So we do have a Rune of Wrath and Rune here. Let's go ahead and pop that, and boom. So Master Engineer brought some good utility, but again, whenever you're using units like that, you always have to like ask yourself the question: if those resources had been spent elsewhere, like would it have just done like exponentially better? But I don't know. It's a question of the ages, guys. Question of the ages. So we do have this back online here. We got to look for any goodies that he might be getting online. Let's go ahead and pull everyone over here, kind of form a new battle line. And we do have these Thunders. Oh, let's go ahead and gat that guy down. And I really want to get that Lord, like snipe him out of the air. That's going to be really nice. So, but the Sigmar Sons aren't going to break. So we get a decent little firing line here. Oh, it looks like he's going to get a heal off, which is a huge bummer. So, oh, did you guys see his Lord get capped out of the air? Oh, that feels good. That feels so good, boys. So let's go ahead and get this guy in here. We could use entrenchment. Do we want to use it on the miners? Or what do we have here? Yeah, it looks like all those guys are just breaking. So we do have some units. Let's go ahead and keep him out, actually. We do have like a decent little firing line. So let's go ahead and keep shooting here. Kind of keep scurrying this way. And the cannon, what do we want to shoot at? Probably, I don't know if there's any like great targets anymore, to be honest. Those guys are broken. We can like start shooting at his Hammer of the Witches, I guess, which, honestly, he was probably doing a ton of damage as well. So we can turn this Master Engineer here and start going after him. Let's pull these guys over here as well. And yeah, man, get him, beat that ass. He's getting in there pretty hot, taking a ton of cannon fire. He's getting Last Samurai a little bit. And we do have our artillery pieces back, which is good. And also we're chasing off the silver bullets in the back line. And man, yeah, it's pretty late at night right now, so I'm a little foggy, but I missed the countercharge in the front line. I missed the ruins, like all that stuff. But we were still able to get it, thankfully, which was pretty cool. I think Gromby did some pretty good damage, but man, when he took that like firing line from the Sterling's Revenge, that was really, really sloppy, guys. That was rough. Like that should not have happened. So yeah, so the boys are doing pretty good. We got him chasing these guys off. Victory is within our grasp. Very, very good stuff. We do have this Runesmith kind of chilling over here on the hill, so let's go ahead and get him going. But the miners were great this game. Like they really intercepted a lot of my opponent's troops. We want to get these guys, him in melee as well. So let's go ahead. He's pretty strong. Like he has, what is it? Melee strength 287, which is not bad at all. So yeah, I don't know. We don't want to like friendly fire at this point because like there's still really not that much left. So we're gonna kind of, yeah, we can just fight. Honestly, Thunders aren't pushovers in melee. They have 28, weapon strength respectively, and pretty good armor and defensive stats. So 34 seconds on that. Let's go ahead and use the entrenchment on the Thunders to give them that physical resist, just because, again, we're not going to get away from those guys. And let's bring that Runesmith back. Wouldn't it be funny if these Sigmar Sons just pulled it out? Yeah, I don't think they can, though. Not against these guys. So what's going on right here? Man, some stuff's flying around in the air. But yeah, very well played. It was pretty fun. A little bit of a Napoleonic mix-up. We did have Grombrindle. He got a pretty good little flash bomb there. Well played by my opponent with the Sterling's Revenge. Man, like, Grombrindle just took, like, a full volley from, like, a full stack right to the face, like, twice, and I just didn't pay attention to that. That was really bad. Silver Bullets and Hammer of the Witches, they do get their magic damage mitigated against the Dwarfs, but still, they do have a purpose. The stock is really good because I would have focused them, like, or a handgunner unit with, like, my Goblobber, but I didn't see them until they were in great position. His Cav were also pretty aggressive, but I think we were able to kind of mitigate a lot of their threats and do some good damage, so pretty good stuff. But anyways, well played to my opponent, Ferris Manus. I look forward to seeing you again on ladder, and I hope you guys enjoyed that Master Engineer build. Have an excellent night, and take care.